It is black walnut season, and I want to show you how I use these to achieve beautiful warm brown colors in fabric. Black walnuts are one of my favorite natural dyeing materials. If you have a tree nearby, they're really easy to collect, and you don't need too many of them because they're really rich in pigment. All you need is the outer green husk, not the nut itself. So I cut off the husks, wearing gloves because the husks do stain your hands. I always return the nuts to nature because I know that the squirrels rely on them as a food source. Once I've separated the husks, I add them to a pot and cover them with water. I bring the pot to a simmer and keep it on the stove for about an hour. This helps extract pigment and turns the water to a deep brown. While the husks are simmering, I pick out a few natural fabrics to test: hemp, linen, and a few different weights of cotton. Each fiber takes up color differently, so I love being able to compare them side by side. After an hour of simmering, I add the fabric scraps to the pot. Then I let them sit for about 30 minutes, continuing to simmer and stirring occasionally. Once they're ready, I take them out and hang them up to dry. The browns will get a little lighter when the fabric dries out. Next, I'm going to try this cotton and hemp blend t-shirt. I start by soaking it in a little bit of water to help the color spread evenly. Next, I pour in the remaining walnut dye from the pot. I let it soak for a few hours, stirring occasionally to make sure the color spreads evenly. After rinsing and drying the shirt, here's how it turned out. It is a very light brown color, and I probably could have got a darker color if I had added the shirt to the pot on the stove and let it simmer in there, because I know that heat helps the color absorb into the fabric. But I only have one pot dedicated to natural dyeing, and it's pretty small. If fabric is in there like folded over on itself, the color ends up being uneven, so I thought it would be a better idea to get more of an even wash, even if it turns out a bit lighter. So my plan is to over dye this with madder. I've read that black walnut and madder go really well together, so I'm excited to give that a try. Here's how my fabric samples turned out. There's definitely a wide range of browns, from light beige to more of a dark chocolate color. The linen has probably taken up the most color, followed by the hemp cotton blend. I didn't scour or mordant any of the fabrics that I've been using. You don't really need to use mordant when working with black walnuts because they're very rich in tannins, which helps the color stick to the fabric. Scouring would probably help you achieve darker, richer, and more even colors, but I haven't found it to be necessary. I also wanted to show you this linen dress, which I sewed off camera and also used black walnut on. I love the warm, almost pinkish brown color that it took on. And this is a patchwork bag I made using some of the test fabric scraps. I also incorporated some block printed panels, which is something I've really been enjoying creating lately. I only used the husks of about 5 walnuts, and I got a decent amount of pigment out of them. For the linen dress, I think I used about 4 walnut husks, so you really don't need many of them. They are quite powerful. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and if you decide to try using black walnuts, I would love to hear how it goes. Remember to wear gloves and always use a separate pot and separate utensils from the ones that you use for cooking. Alright, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.